We have Francis Mars, who is going to introduce us to his Lightning native game, Chain Duels. You love Lightning, you loved Snake, you can love it again on Lightning. Let's give it up for Francis.
Hello, testing, testing. Hi everyone. My name is Francis. I'm a software developer. I'm the creator of Chain Duel. Today I will be telling you about Chain Duel, about what it consists, how it was done, then the experience so far. So let's get on to it. So for those of you that don't know, Chain Duel is a two-player game. It's trying to bring some competitiveness into Bitcoin and the earning sets. We introduce lightning payments for the deposits and withdrawals, so both players can place bets in the beginning of the game. And then the winner will take the gains, both deposits combined. So it's pretty simple, but also pretty engaging. In here, you can see the game. This is a live play. So in this video, you can see there's two chains. Both chains are trying to capture the coin base. When you capture the coin base, you steal sets from the opponent. You can see on the top there, it's like a lightning channel, so every time you steal some sets, it changes the distribution. And the first player to reach, to take all the sets of the opponent takes everything. So it's pretty simple, but from the simpleness arise some strategies which gets pretty fun. So in Chain Duel, it's all about adoption, but all about competition as well. So we want to create an experience that is very engaging and very addicting, but at the same time that is fun for everybody watching. Background of Chain Duel, where does it come from? Well, games. We've been playing games for thousands of years. Everybody loves video games from young to old. It's one of the biggest markets right now. It's online gaming, so I think developing a video game, it's also a very good idea for adoption, for Bitcoin adoption, and also for education. So hopefully this will create an engaging experience that will bring more people to learn more about Bitcoin. And also, since our own Alfini was a game developer, and he built this game called Tron. And the Chain Duel also reminds a bit of Tron, the way that you can cut cut off the other player, or even the graphics in a way. So we did some research, the history of Snake. It's a lot of fun. There was many iterations of Snake. Everybody knows Snake. It's one of the advantages of the game. When I tell somebody this is a game, a Bitcoin game, but it's Snake, so everybody's like, oh, I'm very good at Snake. Let's try it out. So there was many interactions. There was already versions of Snake for 2 players. I didn't come up with it, but the Bitcoin component, the competitiveness, of course, brings another layer that makes it more engaging, more captivating. This was the first version. So it all started like this. Before I met my partner Pedro that designs the game, I was not very good at these kind of things, so it looks very simple. But it was working, and it was enough for us to get excited about developing the Bitcoin version and make it more Bitcoiny. A lot of analogies that remind of Bitcoin. So the most interesting part for most of us, for sure, Bitcoin integration. So when you start the game, both players have to deposit sats. It works with LNURL. So in Lightning, you pay an invoice normally to transfer the funds. In LNURL, it's an address. So you scan the QR code, you can set the amount, and also in LNURL, you can attach a message to go with the transaction. And this makes an interesting mechanic that you can input your own player name that goes in the transaction attached to the transaction, and then it displays on the game, as you can see there on the left. And it makes it more engaging, and also we can record high scores, people that played for more sats. And then there's the withdrawal. So after the game, people play the game, the winner takes back the funds. So it also using LNURL, you withdraw your winnings. It's pretty intuitive, pretty simple. Every Bitcoiner knows how to interact with this. But also it's simple enough that a new player can interact with it and understand what's going on. Some features of Chain Duel to make it more interesting. We have the double or nothing mode, so after you play your game, you think you were supposed to win, or you are really engaged on the competitiveness. So you're like, okay, let's go double or nothing, and then it's double the stats. So you already won your game, you take the opponent's funds, and then he has to double the deposit to play again against you. So it makes it more engaging because it ramps up the prizes. There's also the tournament mode. For those of you that might be interested to know, today we have a tournament of Chain Duel at 4:20. It will be in the expo hall, so come play. We need 16 players. So in the tournament mode, all the players deposit the buy-in. We define a buy-in in the beginning of the tournament. And then you get attributed a place on the brackets. You can also send your name attached to the transaction, so we know who is playing. And then there's a bracket level kind of tournament style, so everybody plays against everybody, and the winner takes all the funds. So the tournament today will be 50,000 sats deposit, and the winner will take nearly 800,000 sats, minus the fee that we charge. We'll talk about this right now. So in Chain Duel, there's a value split. You might know Lightning Prisms by their Gigi, in an article he wrote. So in Lightning, it's possible that we split the payments instantly and divide it amongst the interested parties of in this case, the game. So both players deposit in our game, and the winner takes 95%, but we take a cut, 5% fee that goes for the host, for the developer, for the designer, and it's automatically, instantaneously, which is pretty cool because sometimes I'm not around the gaming area, I can be having lunch or outside having a beer, and I'm getting notifications on my phone like sats are falling, and I know somebody's playing the game, which is pretty nice. So let's go over the history, past events of Chain Duel. We already been in many events, as you can see here, many conferences. It all started in Italy this year, in March. And ever since then, we already been to all around the world with the game. It has been a very interesting and rewarding experience. Right now, we are adopting Bitcoin in El Salvador, as you know. Soon we'll be in Madeira, in Portugal, and then Nashville, probably in other conferences as well. We'll see. This is how it started, the first setup. First time officially Chain Duel was mentioned in this little A4 piece of paper. It was a proud moment for us, and the reception was very good. This was a conference that was invite only for Lightning developers, so it was the perfect testing grounds for our first interaction of the game. And then we took it to Miami. In Miami, we had an arcade machine, and we set up the game there. It was very cool. People really enjoyed using the joysticks to play, as you can see in this video. A shout out to Bitcoin Shooter for doing this video for us. It looks pretty cool. Also the music that you cannot hear here, it's very nice. But as you can see, both players deposit sats, they play against each other, the winner takes everything. It gets very strategic when you are almost, because the longer your snake, the more sats you take. So there's a strategy arises that you want to be long, you want your opponent to be short. When you are in the opposite position that you are short, your opponent is long, you have more interest in try to kill him than to capture the coin base itself. So there's many interesting mechanics that are in the game. You should come and watch, even if you don't want to play, come and watch the tournament. It will be very, very nice, very competitive. So some pictures of the arcade in Miami. It was very nice. And then we went to Riga. This was the first time we introduced the tournament mode. So we invited our friends to come, although some people that we didn't know because we didn't have enough players. And we gave 1.6 million sats for the winner in this tournament, so it was very nice to see all the crowd cheering, and everybody was super excited because it's a substantial amount of money. Everybody wants to earn some sats. So this was very cool in Riga. You can see in this was in Riga. We had this kind of setup with television and controllers. In this video you can see John Carvalho from BitKit playing against Adam Back. It was a nice match. It was very fun. More images of Riga. You can see this was during the tournament, so people are watching the tournament. And you can see here the tournament, how it went. You can see the brackets already. It's not over yet, the tournament here. It was the semi-final. And then Salvatore won 1.6 million. He was very happy, but then he said he spent all the money on beers that night. So it didn't last long, his prize. But then he participated in other tournaments already. So there's always a chance to get your sats back, guys. Even if you lose, don't stop playing. So we always like to, we are open source, we always like to be open for about our statistics. This is the statistics of the Balticani Badger, for you to have an idea. We broke all the records afterwards in Lugano. It was very good, but for you to have an idea what is possible for the game. This is 2 days, we have 176 games, so it was a very nice game. People always playing all the time during the conference. Sats deposits 4 million, so it's already a nice amount. And we made 5% revenue, so it's like 200,000 sats. So we are not making much, but it proves that if the business scales, it might be profitable for the parties involved. This was Azores. Azores is a very nice conference, a very beautiful place. We had also a nice tournament there. Rugsy won. Rugsy is a very good player. He's also around. If you see him, challenge him for a game. He will be happy to play against you. This is a time lapse of the tournament. So as you can see, players are depositing the sats, and the bracket gets filled. And then you can see also how players play. Like some games are, both players play in the same level, so it's very hard for the game to finish. It goes back and forth for a long time. Other games, it's a total not even at all, so it's very fast that the game is over. So Azores was cool. It was a cool tournament. Then Amsterdam, so like not even 3 weeks ago, we were in Amsterdam. We have a picture here of me sitting on the floor. There was like 30 people around me while I was on the floor trying to fix the game, because in the last second, our LN Beats instance decided to stop sending the webhooks, and it stopped working. So it was like this last moment fixing, trying for everything to work out, but it went okay. It's just a fun memory to have now, to see me sitting there on the floor while everybody was waiting. I also give a talk in Amsterdam about Duel, and so the game starts to be more recognized. People really enjoy it, and I'm being invited to many conferences with the game, so it makes us very proud that, and very happy that people are enjoying. Then we went to Italy and Build the Builders. This was a small event, only 100 people, invite only, but it was very nice, very friendly, we felt like a small family. But in here you can see that we are playing at the bar, we are playing at there's even a picture that we are playing on the stairs of the hotel or in the vase outside while it was raining. So we were really into playing the game, trying to make some sets. And this shows that the game can be played anywhere. It doesn't have to be on an arcade machine or in a special event. So if you want to play with your games, if you feel like some competitive, and if you feel like earning some sats, or if you just like to introduce a friend to Bitcoin, this is a great way to do it. Then we went to Switzerland, to Plan B. Plan B was awesome. We had an amazing setup, big space with a big couch, beanie bags. It was very beautiful, but then we also made a tournament on stage. So as you can see in the picture there, Riccardo Massuti is a very good player, one of the best players we have of Duel, and he won the tournament in Lugano, the stage tournament. So it was very cool to have the game projected on the screen, and that players were playing on stage. And Joe Hall was emceeing the game, commenting. It was awesome, guys. We might have a tournament today on stage. We are still trying to figure out the details. But then again, come at 4:20 to watch and possibly play in the tournament. And then, right now, we are adopting Bitcoin. We already did a tournament yesterday. It went very well. We had 16 players in the tournament yesterday. The winner was Dusan, as you can see here. Let's hope he doesn't win the tournament again today. I don't know if he's going to participate, but and you can see even babies like to watch, as you can see in the picture on the left. So it's for every age, this game, for young, from 9 months to 99 years. Social coverage, yeah. People like to play, then they like to share a picture or a video of themselves playing the game. So if you do play the game, please share something on social media. We'll have to retweet it and make the community grow. You can also join the Telegram channel, Duel. Or if you have some questions, you can come to me directly. So let's talk something a bit more technical. Let's get deep in the Lightning infrastructure. So basically, we are running Bitcoin Core. As you know, Lightning, we have to open channel, validate the transactions, pay attention to the blockchain. So we are running Bitcoin Core. That on top of it, the Lightning infrastructure, we are running LND. So for everything requiring for opening the channels, closing, liquidity management, all these kind of things that Lightning requires, we are running LND for this. And with the extension, Ride the Lightning, possibly some of you also used it. It's very useful to have this add-on for your Lightning node. And for the game itself, we are using LNBits. LNBits is very easy, so everything is open source. There's a lot of extensions. And we are using a couple of LNBits extensions, actually more than a couple, for everything the game requires. We also created a backend, so we have a front end that is open source, where the game is running, it's the game itself. But then we have a backend that connects to the front end and to the Bitcoin infrastructure that serves as a middle man, let's say like this, that distributes all the necessary information when a player request a QR code for the deposit, or when a player pays, it sends the webhook with a notification that the player already paid. So this is the infrastructure that we are running. I created this backend that communicates through API to the LNBits API using REST. And then the backend communicates to the front end using sockets. So this is a picture of the GitHub. If you guys want to play the game, if you want to check out the code, some people say that I'm cheating and I put the Coinbase is always closest to my chain. So no, guys, the code is open source. You can go check it out. All the Coinbases are generated randomly. It's not to try to favor me for me to take your sats. This is the LNBits API. So in this case, it's the LN URL for payments. As you can see, it's very easy. This is a post request. You can send some information, and in this case, it creates a payment link. There's many like this. You just send a get or a post. It's HTTP requests. It's very simple. Every programmer could be doing this. So there's no excuse to not creating a Lightning application, even if the software is a bit experimental, and sometimes it's a lot of work managing all the infrastructure. In the end, interacting with this, it's easy. API calls are very easy. Everybody could be doing this. So it's just about having a good idea and exploring it, try to bring it to the Bitcoin audience and see where it goes. This is what I was telling you. I showed you previously the image about the value split. This is how we do it. We are also using LNBits extensions we're using split payments, and we also use Scrub. So basically, every time the payment, the deposit comes into our node, we split the 2% plus 2% plus 1% into different wallets, and these wallets automatically send to a Lightning address. That's why this is how I'm able to receive automatically every time my 2% fee on my phone, even if I'm far away from the game. So, summary, building on Lightning. There's many options. You can be more custodial, more sovereign, less sovereign. It's your choice. There's many choices. You can use ZBD. You can use that. Maybe they have the downside that you have to KIC yourself to develop and to use the wallet. But they make it very easy that you don't have to manage liquidity. You don't have to run your own infrastructure. Now Thunder Games will also come up with their own infrastructure soon, from what I hear. But you can also use your own infrastructure. You can run your LNBits extensions, or you can even interact with LND. It's very easy. So there's many options, and the APIs are simple. They are well documented. And there's a lot of support. So even from Telegram channels, or if I have some friends that I can text, and they always answer because they also love Bitcoin. So for them, it's a pleasure to see products being built, interactions, and to help the industry develop. So that's one of the biggest advantages of working in Bitcoin, I reckon. But the downsides is, it's alpha software, still in development. It's a bit unstable. I have a lot of problems if every time I reboot the node, it stops working, or if I make an update, I have to reconfigure a lot of files. But it's with experience, it gets easier, so it's not so bad. Also, when you do it, when you run out of love, they say you don't get tired. And the maintenance of the infrastructure as well, with the channels, the liquidity, all the software that is running. If you already run your own infrastructure, it will be pretty easy to develop a game like this. So let's talk about the future. Chain Duel. So this is the low-hanging fruit. Everybody asks me, so when is the online version coming? I love to play the game. How can I play against my friends? We are working on it. We are thinking it will come soon. Let's see what we can do to release it different areas, different zones. But you guys will be warned. Don't worry when it's time. Also, we are interested in using different payment methods, not only Lightning, but maybe use Noster or even use slash tags, or just integration with Albi to make it easier for people to deposit. And this brings interesting components, like, for example, in the identity layer, that you could your name can be attached automatically, or even an image to display for your game character. So this is also something we are thinking about. And of course, there's many possibilities, like artificial intelligence for humans to play against the machine, or even live streaming that your adversary is watching. You are watching your adversary's face while you play, or even having QR codes on the sides that you can pay, or people that are watching can play to help you win or to not let you lose. So there's many fun options we could implement. We are always brainstorming to see what comes up, and let's see what comes next. There's also interesting ideas. So we are doing the tournaments. A lot of money is being deposited on the nodes. So maybe we can make this in a different way and make it on chain instead of using only Lightning. And we can maybe make some kind of fun integration that with multi-sigs or even using mini-scripts that it's easier to get back your funds afterwards, after the tournament. So the future. I was showing you previously the infrastructure. I think it makes sense to make a segregation of the backend and the frontend. I think the backend by itself could be a project by itself, because I also have other projects that interact with the same backend that I develop. So for payments and withdrawals, this is a very nice backend, and I can do it like a self-custodial ZBD. That's how I'm thinking. Of course, single-player version, I want to keep it open source, but I want to keep developing it, that everybody can run it at home, and the online version that is also coming. Of course, sponsoring live feed, streaming, like Twitch, something like this. And then eventually, hopefully, it will be something that everybody will be exciting watching, and the prizes will be life-changing, hopefully. Okay, thank you. This was my talk. I'm BTC Francis on Twitter. Chain Duel also is our account of the game. We also have Noster and Telegram, Geyser, and GitHub. So if you guys want to follow, we are available. Thank you very much.
Thank you.